Okay, ladies. Just want to give a little shout out video to the ladies here. So, menstruating, being as earth friendly as we possibly can. So this outer bag is recyclable. The actually it says biodegradable, compostable. These are just standard pad with no wings. They come in this package, and they don't have, the only excess they have is the strip, of course, for the sticky. So that's really nice. And you get a pack of 12, and I think they're like anywhere from $3.99 to like $4.99. I can't remember the exact price. I'll double check next time I'm at the store. And they come in a variety, and there's no animal testing or anything, and it's vegan approved as well by the Vegetarian Society, and I like that it's vegan approved, and certified organic, cotton cover, and they work really well. Now, sometimes you need the wing action, and you need something for nighttime that protects you when you want to sleep on your back, on your tummy, you know. And what I find work really well, other than this brand, which is Natural Care, which they also make pads as well. This was a little less expensive, and it was on a little bit of a budget. So I went with the 7th generation, and I got the overnight ultra thin. They have the wings. There's no fragrance added to them. They're chlorine free. It's a recyclable wrapping, plastic wrapping, and it is the Better Business. So I like that. It doesn't say vegan approved, but it definitely is a step in the right direction. So, like I said, if you haven't tried these, unlike the other ones, see now what I like? This brand here, though, they changed it up, and they used to just come in a box, the ones that have the wings for this Natural Care. They switched it up, and it all comes in plastic, and the pads are wrapped in like a papery material, okay, instead of plastic. This has the plastic material on it, but I'm going to open it up so you can see. And then you can get your length, so you have the coverage that you need, and you've got your wings. And, you know, it does have the plastic, so you can see the difference. And you just do the best you can. So if we want to be, ladies, we want to be a little more friendly, maximize our kindness, that is something that you can do right there. The Natural Care also makes the tampons. They have the cardboard inserts. I don't personally use tampons. If it's like there's a swimming event going on, and, you know, it's awkward if I don't participate and swim and play with everyone or something, then I will use a tampon. But I avoid them because they're not as comfortable, in my opinion, getting them positioned. And I just don't like things like that, you know. I think it's better to just have the pad, and instead of having something in there. And, you know, if you forget about your tampons, if you're not careful, you can get yourself into toxic shock. And so I just don't use them very much. I sometimes will buy a box of the natural ones if they have a couple on hand every once in a while. Sometimes I'll have a girlfriend that needs one or something like that, you know. But, so now I'm just going to comb my hair out here and get it back in a ponytail. Oh! My hands are a little slippery from my Frisbee Gone. Is it working? Is the Frisbee Gone working? Just kidding. So I'm going to put it back in a ponytail like I always do. I don't have time to do anything really with it. And then also, ladies, being more ecological, like as you can see in my pits, I don't stress over shaving too often. I just don't worry about it because it's irrelevant. Like, it doesn't dictate beauty to have or not have hair. Sometimes I do shave, but it's not something I have to do regularly because I don't want to use excess that I don't have to. And those are easy corners to cut. Uh-oh, there goes Jay. Lauren, stop hitting right now. Otherwise, you're going to go in timeout. Do you need a timeout, Lauren? Well, then you absolutely stop hitting your brother. He's really been hitting. He's just really two. So, you know, you do the little things that are easiest and then you work your way up. And my husband doesn't care. He likes it when I shave and he's okay when I don't. So it works out just fine. See, comb your hair back, get it back in the ponytail action. Let's do the final comb through, get the little curly hairs. Get the little curlies. Hair's coming along. It's growing little by little. I haven't flattened it out flat ironed it out for a while. So I'm not sure exactly how much, but definitely feels better than it did. And coming together. So that's nice. It was such a bummer when it all just fell off, broke off. So, yeah, I just thought I would address it because I hadn't talked about, like, female products really in the past. And so my lady subscribers wanted to let you know. Just gonna do a brush here. I have laundry to do today. Seriously. I have two really good friends. One of my really good friends, Ari, is doing a raw vegan challenge. So, thumbs up to Ari. Shout out to Ari. She invited me to do it with her for the new year, but I declined because I just am so tired. I can't even, not yet, I can't do that yet. I'm just trying to keep up with my house. When I just get so hungry, I'm going to have a peanut butter sandwich or steam some rice, you know. Raw is really healthy and great. I want to talk a little bit more on that. Speaking to my female viewers, I like to brush my teeth with you guys. I don't know why, but I do. I just I get on my YouTube channel, like, you know, I'm going to brush my teeth right now, and I'm going to talk to my subscribers. You know, I think it's important that you see it's just me here. As genuine and as possible. Everybody acts a little different on camera, for the most part. And that doesn't necessarily make it a negative thing. But it can be a negative thing, that's for darn sure. Let's see here. I'm almost done, and then I can tell you about women and raw diet. Now, I have a hand towel here. Ladies, let me go dry my face. With the raw diet, raw vegan diet, it's fantastic. It's always healthy to have fresh raw foods, okay? One thing that they did a study, and I got this from Mike the Vegan, so hopefully I don't butcher too much. And it's not a negative thing, okay? But with women, we menstruate, unless we've gone through menopause, or we have a hysterectomy or something. So anywho, when we menstruate, we're losing energy, and we're exerting a lot of energy to do this. And so being on a raw vegan diet, sometimes we don't quite get everything we need. We get low on energy because of our physiology as a woman, our menstruation. So it doesn't mean that raw diets are dangerous or a negative thing, but as a woman, you just have to remain aware. And some women don't have this issue. It's not a guaranteed for everyone. But if you're struggling with energy, if you're feeling like you're not getting enough, especially if you're more on the fruitarian side, you just have to mix it up and integrate your grains and different, I guess, cooked complex carbohydrates that you like and different things like that. So those who are raw vegan and feeling great and doing great, females, that's fantastic and that's good. I just wanted to share that little note. And you can look more into it if you check out Mike the Vegan's channel. He's really great. Excuse me, like so many other YouTubers. So yeah, nothing wrong with raw, but just be aware. If you start feeling low energy as a woman, don't feel like, oh, this is terrible, this isn't good for me, or, you know, this is not right. It's just that our bodies, we have to work with them. And so you gotta cook it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not always, sometimes. So I wanted to just do that. And give a cheer to Ari, again, for doing her 7-day raw vegan challenge. She's already lost some weight, and that's fantastic. She was beautiful regardless, but she's had children like I have, and, you know, so it's good to get that excess weight off. Like I've talked about in other videos, not because, on one other video, not because being overweight or big makes you ugly. But what is ugly is heart disease, diabetes, cancers, low energy. I am talking as a person who was overweight. I was never overweight until I hit my 20s. I got incarcerated for a while. Not the best food selection. Commissary. I just blew up. And I got really big, and I was tipping 200 pounds. I'm 5'6", okay? I was tipping 200 pounds. And so I know that feeling of simply leaning over to get something, but your fat roll is restricting you. And as I kept the weight on, I kind of got more and more comfortable with it in a sense. And I didn't realize how big I was until I lost the weight. And I was like, whoa, I'm not huffing and puffing all the time. I can see my vajayjay, you know. It was just like amazing. And I had to throw that in there. So you feel better, and you're doing better. And so you're not an ugly person when you're big, but it is not attractive because of the health issues, let alone the health issues. Like, you are a beautiful person if you are trying your best, and you are a good person, you're beautiful. And even though women might be big, I have said in my videos, you know, and have the flabs and the rolls, they could still be beautiful. You have a nice face, beautiful eyes, nice skin, and oh, look at your shape, but it's exaggerated to the point where it takes a toll on the health. And so that's when you could be a beautiful person, but it's not particularly attractive to be obese, you know. And for me, it's not attractive because it is unhealthy, and that's just the reality. It's unhealthy, and I know that because I was overweight. I was pre-diabetic. I'm not just yep. I was always thin and athletic and more like dance, the arts, but it was toned my whole life. Made fun of fat people. I was terrible. I grew up in a pretty conservative Republican home, so I was kind of judgmental when I was younger, and I was terrible against overweight people. So I want, for an example, okay, like Adele was, when she first started singing, even before she hit it big, I looked at some of her, like, you know, beginning stuff. She was very big, very big. She was obese, and she lost some weight as she got a little more famous. She was still always very big and beautiful and classy in her beautiful gowns, a voice that you cannot even, most people can't even begin to touch. I'm not at that level for sure. But she was still a beautiful person. Now she's lost all this weight. I don't know how or for what reason she chose to, but she looks really great. You can see the frame of her body, and she looks really great. You know, and I guess, yeah, you know, big women and big men, we have to be accountable. And most importantly, when we are overweight, this is the key point here. We're at 14 minutes. Bear with me. We're closing in. Here it comes. Here's the key point. When we become obese, when we give ourselves cancer, pre-diabetic, when we become these things, it's because we are literally eating dead body parts and mammary secretion from other animals. We are eating dairy, we are eating meat, we are eating eggs, we are frying the food, minimal fruits and vegetables, we're eating refined grains. We are putting ugly, disgusting things in our body, pain and suffering, and it's making us blow up into fat people that are unhealthy and just as sick as the animals that I was once eating, that we were, if you're vegan now, we were once eating. sometimes I think about that, you know, the different steaks and ground beef and everything I bought, like, it all had a face and a personality. You know, I have no idea how many slaughtered dairy cows I have eaten. I have no idea how many of the cows I ate were little babies torn from their mother, where they came from. You know, and I think about that now. The many eggs and chickens that I ate and all the butter I would use, just the secretion I was just paying to be pulled from those mothers. And babies too, these dairy cows, I thought about this too. You know, they milk them for 4 to 7 years. They start impregnating them as soon as they're sexually matured. All right, that is a little child. Like, even these grown cows, yes, they're big animals, but you know, they're just babies, 4 to 7 years old, little girls, forcefully impregnated by a man from a different species. Okay, when they're 4 years old, 5, 6, 7, mastitis comes on. They get infected by then. They go to slaughter. Babies, grade schoolers. We're talking kindergarten to first grade right there. Okay, 4 to 7 years old. Second grade. So we have to wake up. We're putting these ugly things in our body. We blow up, and it's because we're eating disgustingly heinous suffrage. That's what we're eating, and that's what I was eating. That's why I was pre-diabetic. That's why I was overweight, huffing and puffing, not feeling attractive. So fat. I have got to get some pictures and show you guys how big I was. My arms were huge. It was gross. Like, I had back fat that would hang over this right here. I had a roll. It wasn't like ginormous, but it was a roll right there. I have always, like, my whole life, like right here, had this little tiny, like, even when I was thin and in ballet, but it's pretty much gone now. It's like a crease. You can't see it. I have to take off my dress. I'm not going to take off my dress. Hey, no whacking. So, as you can see, it toned down. There's no, except for got my tummy going on from my C-section. See that jiggle going on right there? It's so annoying because I accept it and I'm fine. But the little fat, it comes over and then it like goes, and so it's like a little Tupperware lid almost. And it is what it is. I'll start my exercise regimen one day and just keep my diet going, and then it will tighten up, hopefully. I'm not going to do any kind of plastic surgery or anything like that. The thought had kind of crossed my mind briefly, and I talked about it with a friend, but I decided it wasn't worth the risk. And there are literally children that need surgeries, life-saving surgeries to give them a better quality of life. And are you okay? And they're not getting, if they're not getting those surgeries, then I don't need to. So, because it's just for vanity. And there's nothing wrong with my figure anyways. I'm really happy. Sometimes, like my laundry, sometimes it's a little annoying, but then I just remember I am who I am. And so, kind of a longer one, but I had to give a shout out. I had to address the feminine products that we can be eco-friendly with, and now I have to address my son here. Guys, what are you doing? You're caught on candid camera. You guys are on candid camera. What happened in here? Warren? You're not hitting Jay, are you? Well, let's go get you some food. All right. Bye, everybody.